собі малюю в уяві своє місто мрії, світла місто для людей. А я вже в голові розмалювала всі сірі стіни, що таких нема ніде. Я знаю, що злі руки руйнували все навколо мене, але я відкину сум. Я маю змогу замінити чорне на зелене, всі уламки на красу. Наприклад, для маломобільних простір ідентичний для сильних і вільних. Ми різні, але для нас однакова земля.
Привіт, YouTube, це Josh, come on my YouTube channel, де я розповідаю своїх відвечерунки про талановитих музикантів з усього світу, як відомих, так і маловідомих артистів. Я обіцяю вам, шановна публіка, що ви не будете розчаровані зовсім. Приєднатись до мого каналу та підписуйтесь, де відкривайте разом зі мною талановитих артистів. My next reaction of today is coming from Alona Alona, and I saw this track on Instagram for I think about say 5 seconds, no, about 10 seconds of it, and it got me hype. It got me hype. Then I went on the treasure hunt to find out where it is, and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find this song. It's not on Alona Alona's channel. So I had to run around, find out, and then I found it. I found it, and I can't wait to press the play button. But before that, let me just explain to you what this is about. So the song is called Assemble, Ukrainian, or Ukraina. And the rap singer Alona Alona created a video about reconstructing to draw attention to the important topics of making Ukrainian cities more accessible to people with limited mobility. Yeah. These groups include people with disabilities, parents with strollers, and children under 7 years old, pregnant women, the elderly, and the people with temporary health problems. Now, when many veterans are returning home with injuries, it is important to ensure their right to the full of life. Therefore, we urge everyone to spread the clip among their friends, family, architects, developers, representatives of the community, administrations. This will help to make our country more inclusive for all its residents. Even when this fortunate event is going on, Alona Alona is still at the forefront of thinking about people who the world will not necessarily put at the front line. It's only since I think the late 80s when cities started to think about people who with disabilities and access for disabilities. That's when the ramps started coming in and wider door space for people with wheelchair. Only the 80s, out of everything, people started developing buildings in aid to assist people with disabilities. I know. And as long as I remember about Alona Alona, she's always been fighting for the ones that have small voices. Always. Long before the war. She's always picked up on these subjects and hit hard with them. So this is not out of the ordinary. This is right in her comfort zone. And when she's in her comfort zone talking about things that really, really matter to the city, the country, and more importantly to her heart and soul, you're going to hear some tremendous bars. You really are. So, without further ado, you know what we're here for. Great vocabs and a damn good video audio music. Can you dig it?
А я собі малюю в уяві своє місто мрії, світла місто для людей. А я вже в голові розмалювала всі сірі стіни, що таких нема ніде. Я знаю, що злі руки руйнували все навколо мене, але я відкину сум. Я маю змогу замінити чорне на зелене, всі уламки на красу. Наприклад, для маломобільних простір ідентичний для сильних і вільних. Ми різні, але для нас однакова земля. Для коліс, для тростин, для дорослих немовлят. І яким би чином мій не відбувався рух, я бажаю дослідити кожну із порук, відкривати цей світ, будувати цей світ. Щоби кожен міг зробити, що чи вчора не міг. Долати без сходинок поверхи, цей світ добром наповнювати доверху. Жити як усі і бути там, де всі. Милуватись краєвидом на сотому поверсі. Відчиняти двері навіть здалеку, чи з авто, з коляски, чи на велику. Приймати гостей, наливати чай, жити як усі, жити зазвичай. Ти рідний край, простір свобод, різних серця, одна любов, прагнем життя, доступного. Потім весь світ скаже ого, 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 потім весь світ скаже ого, 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 потім весь світ скаже ого, 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 інколи здається, що серце закрило, що серце не б'ється. І хай нам інколи мариться, що світ проти нас тільки злиться і свариться. І хай сьогодні недоступно нічого із того, що іншим доступно. Та завтра все зміниться, кожен прокинеться з вітром у спину попутним. Не захищають воїни на фронті, а ми захистимо і право на доступний простір. Свобода для людини то є скарб, тож рухатися вільно має кожен тут без скарги. Це є твоя й моя відповідальність, яким збудуємо новий шлях від ліфта до вітальні. Так хочеться, ми відчули всі, як зустрічати сонце на 100-му поверсі. Мій рідний край, простір свобод, в різних серцях одна любов. Сторі зніму з дому свого, потім весь світ скаже ого, 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 потім весь світ скаже ого, 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 потім весь світ скаже ого.
Now they're fixing it for disabilities. Yeah? There's the solutions and the answers. See what they've done with the lift. Made it bigger. So that was Alona Alona with Accessible Ukraina. I like it. Maybe it's because of the anime. Maybe it's because of the anime is animals rather than human beings representative. The visuals had a massive point. It showed you that every kind of complications and difficulties that disabled people have in the cities, in and around the cities. Small things that we take for granted. This is so difficult for anybody in a wheelchair, anybody in a walking stick, someone that's blind, someone that can't hear. You know, we still got to make it accessible for them to walk around or, you know, or not. It's just availability to aid them. It's as simple as that, and it doesn't. We have to take in consideration of everybody. We can't just take in. We just don't be considerate of, you know, the people who walk, the people who can hear, the people who can sing, the people who are mobile, and that can do everything. You know, we still have to look out for people who are less fortunate than ourselves. That's what makes us human. It really does. When we stop thinking about people less fortunate than ourselves, then we're not human at all. That's what I love about Alona Alona. There is not one subject matter that she hasn't touched upon when it comes to concerns for her fellow Ukrainians. Regardless if it's large or small, if it's hitting the working class people and below working class people, you bet your bottom dollar Alona Alona is going to rap about it and bring it to highlight it for everybody to discuss within Ukraine. She always does that. That is her, you know, she's a great humanitarian. And there's somebody to stand out in front and speak for the little person. She does that in abundance. There is so many songs that I have reacted to where she is defending. That's the only way that I can say it, defending someone's rights, defending the situation, unhappy about this. What are you doing to her children? Why are the mums crying? It's all different kind of things, that different kind of topics that Alona Alona has touched down and hit with full force. So this isn't unexpected. This is expected. The only thing that I wouldn't know is when she would do it. But will she do it? Of course she would. She has. And there's going to be so many more. I know there is. It's amazing how in a massive world like Ukraine, there's only, I can count a handful of people that, when it comes to subject matters, they will shy away. Only a handful. Everybody else, nah, they're not shying away. They're not thinking about themselves. People who I thought were really, really patriotic in Ukraine, I found out that they're not. And I supported them full-heartedly. And is a massive surprise, who has stuck and waving a flag for Ukraine, and the ones that are hiding and waiting for this to settle down before they pop their heads up again. This is the time when it matters. This is the time when you stand up and be counted. This is the time not to be afraid when you're amongst your own people. So I just don't get it with artists. I really don't. But I'm sure you guys will fill me in. But until then, I salute you. Boom.
Скажи ого,